Hey everybody, how you doing? I am prepared for court tomorrow. I spent the last 3 days typing up this statement, and I am asking the court to reject the plea deal that I signed last month. Now that I have new evidence and new information on how my case was mishandled by my attorney. So this normally you wouldn't do something like this, where you would read a statement to the judge, to the court. Before you go into court, you would want to maybe send it to the judge ahead of time in a letter, but they usually don't like letters, I guess, so I have to do this as a statement tomorrow. But I just understanding history and watching what's transpired in a lot of other legal cases where somebody is going to go ahead and stand up for themselves and fight for themselves, and then they die the day before court or get in a car accident or something like that. So I'm sorry, I'm wiping my nose. I was out in the backyard. It's starting to get a little bit cold out here, and I've got some allergies too. It's dusty here in Arizona, and I probably am not talking loud enough. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and read what I typed out, what I'm requesting, and this is just for documentation and for others to learn. And this is not legal advice to anyone. This is just me reading what I will be stating to the judge tomorrow. I am requesting to the Honorable Court that the plea deal pertaining to this case be rejected or dropped. I accept this plea deal not because it was the right. I accepted this plea deal not because it was the right thing to do, but because I am under duress. I would like my case heard in court by a jury or dropped, as I am innocent and exculpatory evidence is not being provided to me to prove this. On January 5th of 2018, I called Mark Victor to request legal representation after being arrested for the charges being brought forth here in this case. Mark consoled me and told me not to worry, he was here to help. I explained to him that I was a targeted individual and that I was being stalked and harassed by people unknown to me. I explained to him that this was called gang stalking. He acted concerned and told me that I would need to see a psychological evaluator to prove this is happening. Victor referred me to Dr. Gahn. Dr. Gahn works closely with police unions and officers, which is a conflict of interest which I have when I have a complaint about the police being involved in my harassment. Dr. Gahn gladly accepted $5,000 to evaluate me. I was promised 15 hours of consultations to properly evaluate this situation. I spent 1 hour speaking with Dr. Gahn. I called to set up our appointment, and I was notified that our sessions were over, and he was writing a report. I had to demand at least another hour to explain the situation. I was allowed 1 more hour with Gahn, and at this meeting, Gahn stated to me that my MMPI test, Minneapolis Multiphasic Personality Inventory, shows that I could not be more of an honest person, but maybe a bit delusional because I think people are following me. He ignored the information I gave him about organized stalking and harassment, information about groups like InfraGard, Citizen Corps, and the FBI Secret Surveillance Group. I explained that it is very plausible that people are surveilling me and harassing me. I also gave him information on MKUltra and COINTELPRO, which he claimed to never have heard of. The documents I gave Gahn were released government documents. He gave me a misdiagnosis of being delusional by refusing to research facts and evidence provided to him. Mark Victor told me that, I don't know if you guys can hear the kids screaming outside right now in the audio here, but Mark Victor told me that his normal rate for this for a case is $45,000, but he likes I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by the completely unreasonable screaming outside. Mark Victor told me that his normal rate for a case is $45,000, but he liked cases like mine and would give me a deal for $35,000. I was verbally promised that this amount would carry me through if a trial, if it, I'm sorry, would carry me through a trial if it goes that far. I took his word and gave him everything I had left in my bank account and credit card. I even had to borrow money that I am now responsible to pay back. If I knew he was going to charge me another $25,000 to go to trial, I never would have hired him in the first place. It would have made no sense at all to pay an attorney that much money if I wasn't going to try to fight this. The moment I handed over my money, Mark's attitude changed. From that time forward, I was met with resistance at every step. Anything I said about the torture I am being put through was ignored and mocked. I was pressured to accept this plea deal, and I was told repeatedly no one would believe any of this, or the judge will never allow this in the courtroom. Mark Victor nor any of the attorneys in his office that I had contact with ever explained to me what a motion discovery was. Finally, after 9 months of going through this process, I learned of what this is. I had to demand a motion discovery to be filed and was met with resistance on that as well. I asked Mark Victor to subpoena the video surveillance from the convenience store where Russell Roberts was harassing me. I was told that there is nothing on that footage and it would do nothing for me. It would clearly show Russell Roberts and others with him were stalking and harassing me. I have obtained the verbal report and 911 calls that Russell Robert made and can clearly prove that he has made false reports with conflicting statements. I've also demanded that my attorney request all exculpatory evidence in this case, and I am being denied that evidence. I don't know. Excuse me, I'm going to drink some water. I don't know if the police department will not release it, the prosecution, or the attorney. It's just not being provided to me by anyone, not even through a FOIA request, the Freedom of Information Act. 11 police officers responded to this call, and I am being told that there is no police body camera footage from this incident, other than the police looking through some mailboxes. There should be footage from their vehicles and personal body cameras. This body camera footage is crucial evidence in this case that is not being provided to me. Rule 15.1 Section B8 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure Supplemental Disclosure states that, except as provided in Rule 39B, the state must make available to the defendant the following material and information within the state's possession or control. All existing material or information that tends to mitigate or negate the defendant's guilt or would tend to reduce the defendant's punishment. So what they're talking, that's the body camera footage. This is being held from me, and I have a right under Rule 15.1 of the Arizona Rules Criminal Procedure to be given that. And they're saying that there's no dash footage or personal body cam footage from 11 officers other than them looking through the mailboxes across the street from my house. What are on these videos that they don't want the public to see? I have requested that Mark Victor return my payment of $35,000 in full, as they have not zealously defended me, but have taken every effort to undermine my requests and negatively affect the outcome of this case. I therefore request to withdraw my plea pursuant to Rule 17.5 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure to correct a manifest injustice. Rule 17.5 states that the court may allow a defendant to withdraw a plea of guilty or no contest if it is necessary to correct a manifest injustice. Upon withdrawal of plea, the charges against the defendant will be reinstated automatically as they existed before the plea agreement. I understand this fully, and I'm requesting the Honorable Judge allow me to follow the rules of the state of Arizona. I mistyped it. I'm requesting the Honorable Judge allow me to follow the rules Better update that. Glad I read this. On October 15th, the day before I was to make a decision on signing the plea deal offered to me, David George Swigert, aka Dave Acton, contacted my attorney to interfere in my case. He contacted my legal representative of the court to inform me that I have been named as a witness in a federal civil case against Jason Goodman. This was done the day before my court appearance to cause fear and intimidation before making an important decision. Also on the 15th of October, my daughter's school was placed on lockdown for hours due to a claim of an active shooter. I went to my daughter's school to figure out what was going on and was told by parents there were six more gunmen that were threatening to shoot up the school. Let's tell you this part real quick. I talked about this in another video. Apparently a kid got caught with a gun. They had him in custody. 6 of his friends were sending in on social media that if they didn't let that kid go, that they were going to shoot the school up. All of the kids in the school were on lockdown, lights shut off, doors locked, back of the room. Kids couldn't go to the bathroom. They were peeing and pooping in trash cans. My daughter was laying on the back of the classroom, texting me, letting me know she was okay. That and this Dave Acton guy contacted me and was letting me know I was going to have to be in a civil suit, or a witness in a civil suit, which I don't have to show up for it, but I had to, you get told you're going to get sued or be part of a lawsuit, and that can take up years of your time. So, of course, that put some stress on me. And then my daughter's school. Okay, I was told by other parents that there were 6 more gunmen that were threatening to shoot up the school. My daughter was laying down, hiding in the back of the classroom for hours, waiting for the event to end. The combination of the harassment from David George Swigert and the active shooter situation at my daughter's school clouded my judgment in this decision, making the plea deal, signing it. Also, the fact that my attorney would not help me and had already taken all of my money, leaving me defenseless, led me to this decision. I am requesting the court allow me time to recover my payment to Mr. Victor and recover my payment from Mr. Victor and retain a new attorney that will zealously defend me. If Mr. Victor will not return the payment for services, I will be forced to represent myself pro se and will need time to prepare for trial. Thank you for considering this request. So that I should just go in, try to make sure the judge gets this ahead of time, because I've asked my attorney to withdraw my plea deal. I haven't heard anything back from him. I'm hoping that you guys can hear the screen. Saying 1, 2, 3. Ah! There's kids playing, right? Okay. Well, it's the day before court, and typically, the day before, I have something important, something tragic, some kind of chaos happens, something ensues. So I've stayed home today. I haven't gone anywhere at all. I've been preparing for this, getting everything ready. Like I was going to walk out the door today, so I'm ready for tomorrow. Unless something catastrophic happens tomorrow on the way to court, I'll make it through the night. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here. As long as I can get to court on time, there's no Truman Show chaos like when he's trying to get out of town. I'll leave, very early. Make sure I'm there, and maybe I'll live stream tomorrow in front of the courthouse or something if I get there early. But all right, everybody, wish me luck, and thanks for everybody that's helped me and stuck with me and paid attention to what's going on here. This nonsense is going on. We'll get through this. I'll get through this part, and then we'll all get through the rest of this other nonsense. Good night. Oh, I'm doing another video. I'm gonna here in a minute. I'm going to read a read something for people that aren't sure if they're targeted